We're talking with candidate Lloyd Scher, a Democrat from Mecklenburg County. Welcome to television and welcome to the campaign trail 2016.
It's always good to be back on television, and I appreciate the welcome.
Well, a lot of legislative races out there. What sets you apart as a candidate? Not just that you want to challenge a Republican somewhere, but what sets you apart from Democrats?
Well, I'm more of a business person. I'm a small business owner that started with nothing and built a business up, and we wound up doing international as well as national work. The legislators in the past sessions have taken away the North Carolina film tax credit. We at one time, North Carolina was the second highest producing films and television. After they did that, we went from about $500 million to zero, and that's after the tax credit. We lost Mercedes-Benz. An investment of $12.5 million per year for 10 years would have given us 1,000 plus jobs, plus peripheral businesses, such as what happened at BMW. So we have not thought about businesses as we should. The other issue that hits me hard, as a small business owner, when the state decided to require a service fee, taxes for small business. If you're a one or two person business that may do woodwork or business for some, you now have to charge a service tax, and then you have to worry about paying it to the state. So that we need some business people in the state House and Senate, and that's one of the reasons I decided to run.
Service taxes are part of the tax reform package a few years ago, and tax reform and on and on and on. What do you think of tax reform? Because the idea was to make it more simple for all of us.
I think we could do tax reform. There are some things that I think we ought to look at that are different that Republicans like. I could see us looking at different type of taxes, reducing the state income tax and looking at how we can keep dependents and mortgage interest, and look at some kind of consumption tax to make sure that it's fair, though, to everyone in different tax brackets. That would be a way to look at it, at least study the issue, at least look at it and talk about it. This General Assembly didn't talk about anything. They just did it, and then the consequences came up.
As a Democratic business person, and there are thousands of them in this state, however, in Raleigh, from my experience, Republicans have dominated that brand of jobs and doing everything in the name of business. Is that an accurate perception? If it is, how do you change that to say, I'm a Democrat, but I'm also pro-business?
Well, I think what you do is you change it by showing what you can do, what you have done. My business went from one person to 37 people, and that was a small business. And you just go and do that. Look at the payroll taxes we paid. Look at the FICA. Look at everything that we contributed to the state as a small business person. That's what we do. It's important that the past General Assembly failed to look at some of those things. And it's unfortunate because some of those taxes are a burden on small businesses, and it's unfair. But when we look at taxes, we got to look at every avenue of taxes. Where can we increase taxes and at the same time reduce taxes on the average family? So that's what I look at when I hire my employees. I'll give you an example. As a businessman, you know what we did to reduce our income, our taxes? We hired veterans. We hired disabled. And that gives us tax breaks. There are tax breaks you can get from the federal government that you can't get from the state. We need to look at that to make sure jobs are available. And let me tell you, some of the disabled workers we had never were late, never were sick, always there, and always worked with a cheerful event. So they enjoyed their job, and that's important.
Well, as a bipartisan disclosure, I'm going to wish every candidate that sits in that chair good luck. Good luck to you on the campaign trail. It's a lot of hard work. Lloyd Scher, Mecklenburg County. We might
District 39.
might see you in Raleigh. Thank you,
I
sir.
hope so. Thank you. Take care.